Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit of Barcelona's search for a new goalkeeper, question mark. But as well, we are going to be talking and giving you a Barcelona injury update. We're going to be talking about Gavi and as well as Ferran Torres because rumors have emerged and new news has come out. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Go over there and check me out. You guys know the drill. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Inaki Pena and Luis Maximiano. Because this is a report that's come out by Mundo Deportivo, and apparently there is an internal debate going on at Barcelona for the goalkeeper, whether to continue with Inaki Pena or look for a better substitute for Ter Stegen. Currently, it is not known whether Pena, who has a contract until 2026, will ask to leave in search for more minutes. If the club decides to go to the market for a keeper, Luis Maximiano, who is on loan at Almeria from Lazio, is liked. In fact, Barcelona wanted him seasons ago too when he was at Granada. Lazio do not count on him. De Gea was linked to Barcelona too, but Barcelona do not confirm that he is wanted. Also, it is doubtful that he will want to be a substitute keeper. Now, guys, I threw a lot of information at you in regards to both Inaki Pena and Luis Maximiano, and my sensations on this internal debate is pretty simple. I don't think that Barcelona should be looking for a second tier a better goalkeeper unless that goalkeeper that we bring is already we're grooming him in order to replace Ter Stegen as the number one. If we sign like a backup goalkeeper, we saw how that ended up with Neto. We saw how that ended up with Silicon. It worked out great when we had, for example, Bravo and Ter Stegen, but that's very rare to see. For example, just look at, for example, PSG when they had both Navas and Donnarumma, two top goalkeepers competing for the same spot. It doesn't bode well for the team, and it messes up the dynamic and the flow of the defense. And so, if I'm Barcelona, I'm keeping this clear that the number one keeper, for example, Ter Stegen is the number one keeper. He's going to be playing the majority of the games. And when he is injured, our backup goalkeeper is going to play. And for me, that backup goalkeeper always has to be La Masia. It's that simple. And I know Inaki Pena didn't do brilliantly in his time at goal. But for example, I think he did a decent job. Wasn't great. There were some very good performances in there, but there were as well some very bad. And I don't think, especially in the situation that Barcelona is now, I don't think it's a wise move to spend money on a position that we do not desperately need. And if Inaki Pena, for example, decides to leave the club, okay, we promote someone in from La Masia. And if, for example, Barcelona want to look for someone to give competition to Ter Stegen, then in that situation, I'd be thinking, hey, let's look long term and see which goalkeeper can possibly replace Ter Stegen, in 2 or 3 years, or maybe even in the next season, because I think that's how an intelligent planning and how an elite club should be thinking about things. But guys, now talking and moving on and talking about the injury updates, I want to be talking about Ferran Torres because Ferran Torres reported by Laya, a journalist for Rack One. She reported that Ferran Torres is ruled out of this weekend's game versus Athletic Club. He will start training with the group this week, but he will not return just yet. He will return versus Mallorca next weekend, and the goal is to be 100% ready for Napoli. Now, of course, we are going to miss him in that game against Athletic Club because Athletic Club, they play very physical. They're very intense. And Ferran Torres, he is a player who can, for example, go into the space and make those runs in behind. And we have, like, Ferran Torres this season has been good, and he has been a missing figure in these past couple of weeks. But, for example, just like with any other injured player, Barcelona should be taking no risks or anything like that. And if, Ferran Torres is a doubt for this weekend, don't risk it. Don't risk it. There's no need for it. Just save him for the game against Mallorca. Give him maybe 20 to 30 minutes. And then when he's ready, for example, against Napoli, then he can be an option off the bench. But this is positive news. For example, Ferran Torres, he is in his recovery, and he's getting closer to the return day. And just like with Ferran Torres, Gavi's feeling some very good sensations. This is reported by Sport by Adri. Gavi has already finished the first phase of his recovery process, and the sensations are very good. There have been no setbacks or incidents to take into account so far. And now he'll begin the second phase, which is the most delicate and dangerous process. His workload will be increased. Pain and inflammation cannot be ruled out here. In this phase, his scheduled return to training on grass again will also begin to be determined. Nobody will take any risk with his recovery. The idea is that when he returns to group training, he does it only at 100% fitness. Now, this is so key, guys, because we cannot make the same mistake that we made with Ansu Fati, when we make with so many other players at the club. With better example, just we need to make sure that Gavi, one of the future players and one of the key players at Barcelona's core, is fit and is able to play for a very long time at this club. And so I will take zero risk in regards to Gavi. I want to see Gavi just doing, gym work and just focusing on building that muscle, and just getting back onto the pitch, maybe in like May, and somewhere around that time. And then from there on, just building up his match fitness, and then eventually his match sharpness. But it's very good news to see that Gavi, he is starting that second phase of the recovery work, in which his recovery work is being increased, and obviously, pain and inflammation, as the report said, it is to be expected. But we have to make sure that's manageable and that Barcelona take no risks. But it's a very good news, guys. It's very good news to see that Gavi is feeling well. But guys, that was it for my video on today's video on today's episode. Guys, I'm blanking. Just ignore everything I said. But definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on everything I have discussed on today's video. Let me know if you guys agree with my sentiment that Barcelona, they shouldn't be looking for a substitute keeper to give competition to Ter Stegen, that they only should be looking, for example, a keeper to either replace him, or, for example, look in La Masia. What are your thoughts on that internal debate? Should Barcelona look for a better second goalkeeper, or stick with Inaki Pena, or look in within? And as well, guys, what do you guys make of the report that Ferran Torres is set to return to Barcelona in the squad list in the game against Mallorca and Napoli, and as well Gavi feeling a little bit better. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everyone.